Hello everyone, welcome to my video today. Teresa Dumford here. And a little while ago I did a video on decluttering your craft room. And so my craft room is in pretty good shape just looking at it, but it needs some decluttering too. And so I thought we would kind of declutter a little area today together so I can kind of show you the process. So we're going to do this little area right here and a little bit over here, but not too much. And we'll just get started. So I have these drawers, and as you can see, this is all neatly organized. It looks good, but you start opening drawers, and actually the first two are in pretty good shape, but I'm going to show you anyway. So this drawer has my specialty papers in it. I have some burlap, and I have some special white paper that's for watercoloring and markers, and I didn't want to get it mixed up with my regular paper, so it's in here. And I have some vellum, and I have some glitter paper. So this drawer is actually in good shape because I already did it. The next drawer is not in bad shape either, but this is my 12 by 12 cardstock, and this is all I have of 12 by 12, except for over here is the white and the off-white and a little bit of tan, because I use those all the time, so they're right there where I can get to them easily. But otherwise, all the rest of my cardstock, 12 by 12 cardstock I should say, is in here. And what I did is I went through and I put it by color, because the other day I was trying to find a color and it was all mixed up and I couldn't find what I wanted. So I decided to put all my blacks and grays together, browns, blues, greens, yellows, reds, and so on. And then this browns on top, these are kind of a specialty paper too, so I might have to move them out of this drawer, but anyway, so that is nice and in order. And I think I did toss a few things, not a lot, but some. Now this third drawer I saved for you to show you my process, and this drawer is a big mess. It's got my vinyl, it's got cardboard pieces, and it's got some other stuff that I don't even know why it's in this drawer. So starting off with this calendar. Now I love calendars, and I keep thinking I'm going to use them or something or other, but you know what, I never do. And it is so hard, really hard, to throw a calendar away. But this is from 2018 and I haven't used it, so I'm tossing it. This is a piece of paper, I don't know why it's in here, but I use it on my desk when I'm painting or making a mess to cover my desk. And that was just an extra piece of paper I had. Then I have this is my vinyl, and we're going to come back to it in just a second. And oh, I forgot, these are foam pieces that I use on my cards to make my words, my sentiments, and my die cuts and things to give them dimension. If you haven't seen that, I have a video on it, and I got the idea from Jennifer McGuire. So that's my foam pieces. And then all the rest of this is cardboard. So whenever I come across a piece of cardboard that I think is sturdy and will meet my needs, my husband uses cardstock all the time too, so he knows where to come and get it. I just stick it in this drawer, and it's almost as bad as having little pieces of, you know, cardstock that you've used and then you just have a little piece left over. These are not bad pieces. If I had anything too small, I would take it and toss it away. But, and the other thing I want to do that I haven't done yet is I have these envelopes. I can't get this one out. Let me see if these envelopes that my vinyl's in. And I will probably go through and put different thicknesses together. So this one's pretty thin. These are all pretty thin, they'll go together. This is thick. So then I would want a different envelope for this, things that are this thick. So I need to straighten up the cardboard in here. Let's go back to the vinyl and I'll show you what I want to do with that. Where did I put it? Oh, over here. So this vinyl is just one big mess. There's no organization to it at all. There's white in here, yellow, pink, green, whatever, all of it. And they're small pieces. And I don't think I have anything that's too small. But if I had something smaller, like this little corner that's hooked on, but this is too small. So I don't know why I'm keeping it. I'm going to throw it away right now. And then the other thing I would do is go through and take like this piece that's all odd shaped. I would take my trimmer, but right now I'm just going to use some scissors. And I would make this so that it's a good shape to use. Now this one's kind of hard because it goes up here and then you would have a little piece still and it goes down there. No matter how I cut it, I'm going to waste them. So we're going to cut it across there first. Okay, and then I'm going to cut that piece off. And it's still a decent sized piece, so I'm going to keep it. And then I have this piece. Now, this is going to be much easier to use because I can line it right up on my mat and know right where I'm going to be cutting it and all that. Now, the other thing I would do, this isn't a real great example, but if I had pieces that were bent and smaller, so I could cut this off and still use it because that's a pretty good size. But if they were bent and just little, I had to cut off a little tiny piece, I would throw it away. So, and then this piece I wanted to show you because see all those wrinkles in it? It's really no good with all those wrinkles in it. It's just going to mess up your design. So that is my project for today or tomorrow. One of these next days really soon is to go through my vinyl and organize it better and get rid of some. That is the hard part, getting rid of some. So I'm going to stick all this stuff back in this drawer really quick. And that drawer needs work. All right, now we're going to go, can you see the shelf down here? Let me move the camera so you can see because we're going down a little ways now. Okay, so right here I have this shelf, and on this shelf I have my cutting mats for my Cricut. I have plastic mats that I use for painting on. I have these pads from Close to My Heart, and these are nice pads, but this one got warped. I'm not sure how, but I'm very perfectionist and I like things neat and clean, so I got me a new one and I'm going to throw the warped one away. Now some of you could say, well, I could find a use for that. You know what, I could too, but this is all about decluttering. So I'm just going to keep my nice one and put it back on my shelf. Then the next thing we're going to get rid of is these paint mats, because I have a whole set of brand new ones, not even opened yet, and they're just sitting there taking up space. All these others that have been painted on and are just kind of disgusting, really. I'm gonna toss them because they're taking up space. Look how bad that is. And I have a bunch, and I have brand new ones. Now, before we get to this one, I'm going to show you these Cricut cutting mats. I have a bunch of those too. And I don't need that many because I don't use my Cricut that much. So this one has been well used, and I am going to toss it. This one is fairly new, so I'm going to keep it and put it back on my shelf. This one is really used, so we're tossing that one. This one, it's kind of in the middle, but like I said, this one I'm going to show you another use for it. This one is brand new, so of course it's going back on the shelf. Now this mess is actually one of those, a Cricut mat. See that? And I just used the back of it for paint. So that's what I'm going to do with this one, is I'm going to save it and use it for paint. And then when it gets looking like this, I'm going to toss it out too. So all of these are going in the garbage right now. Okay. Next, I want to show you these drawers down here. So in these drawers, I have hole punches, and I have a ton of hole punches. In fact, I opened this drawer earlier to see what was in it, and now I can't get it shut. So I need to declutter some of my hole punches because I can't even remember when the last time was that I used them. Now I'm going to bring the camera back up so that you can see my face, because it's kind of weird talking to you, you're not seeing my face. But anyway, so I have this drawer that I just showed you full of these hole punches, and these really wide ones I know I'm not going to use. I don't like the really wide ones, so I'm going to set those aside and try to sell them. Then there's a few more in here, and I'm going to have to decide what I really like and what to keep and what I can get rid of. And that's going to be a hard job because they were expensive. I'm sure you have some and you don't want to get rid of them because you paid good money for them, and you can't sell them for what you bought them for, unfortunately. Even though they're brand new practically and in still brand new shape. But that's how it is. So I'm going to have to really decide which ones I want to get rid of. Same with the other two drawers. And then up here in this basket is the same thing. Now, oh, that's heavy. I think these are my favorites, and that's why they're in this basket. But I have a snowflake, and I will use the snowflake around Christmas time. This is an edger, and I really like this edger, so whoops, there we go. So I'm going to keep that. And there's another edger that I really like, but there's some in here that I might get rid of, like this one. I don't know that I would use it because I don't really use these anymore. We've moved on, and some of my videos I'm making is going back and using supplies that you have. So I'm going to try to use some of these in another video to show you what to do with them. But there are just some that I probably will not use. And like I said, it's really hard to get rid of them, but I'm going to get rid of them. So put that back up there. I can get it on. There we go. That is my decluttering for today. I just took a small space. It only took me, what, however long this video is, 15 minutes so. And well, I still have more work to do, but if I wasn't making the video, I'd probably have it done. So it only took about 15 minutes to go through there, declutter, decide what I want to do with it, and get rid of it. And it's hard. I really don't want to get rid of all those punches, but I'm going to do it. So that's my challenge for you. Pick a little space, go through it, decide what you want to keep, what you haven't used for 3, 4, 5 years, and get rid of it somehow, sell it, donate it, whatever. And you will find that you get things accomplished much easier because you don't have all that clutter around. So that was what I wanted to show you today. Please like and subscribe to my video and share. I would really appreciate it. And I will talk with you another time.